Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 224. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have an outstanding show in store for you. Today, family, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm starting a new series titled Low Cost Business Ideas. So every couple of weeks, I'm going to present a different low cost business idea. And today's low cost business idea is how to make money in the $7 trillion travel business with your own local tour business. 9 steps. How to make money in the $7 trillion travel business with your own local tour business. 9 steps. And I said trillion with a T. So the worldwide travel and tourism industry is amazing. So we're going to get into that in a minute. But before we get to today's episode, I just want to give you guys a few reminders. My new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, at anewblackwallstreet.com. It's $14.95 plus shipping and handling. And the complete title is A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. So if you're looking to build a successful, sustainable e-commerce business, please pick up a copy of the book at anewblackwallstreet.com. Now, if you need additional assistance building your successful e-commerce business, I've created an online course that's compatible to the book titled Educated E-Commerce. And you can go to educatedecommerce.com and enroll in that course also. Now, for all you Black product producers, I've created a platform that can connect Black product producers with Black consumers worldwide. And that's what Circulating the Black Dollar is all about. So if you produce a product, please go to besmartbyblack.com, upload your product. It's free. And then product producers can connect with consumers all over the globe. And that's why we're talking about circulating the black dollar worldwide. So that's besmartbyblack.com. Now, I mentioned this several weeks ago and last week, but I'm in the process of creating another platform called hireblackfreelancers.com. hireblackfreelancers.com. It's going to be up in about 7 to 10 days, but you can go to the site now and you can put your email address in so we can give you an update when it's actually going live. But I was looking for a Black videographer in Philly for a couple of events that I have coming up, and for the life of me, I couldn't find any. So I said, man, there's probably a lot of Black creative people out there, freelancers that are looking for jobs, and instead of going to Fiverr or Upwork or some of these other locations, we can create our own. So check out hireblackfreelancers.com. That's going to be available in about 7 to 10 days, and I'll let you guys know once it goes up. Last and definitely not least, BEB family, I need your help. You guys know I'm doing my book tour, which is coming up shortly, and I'm looking to add additional cities to the tour. So I'm looking for some help with some local hosts for the book tour. So if you're in New York, Chicago, Detroit, Houston, Dallas, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta, New Orleans, or any other metropolitan area, I'm looking for a local host for the book tour. Now, just to give you an idea, really how the tour works is it's really a book talk more so than a tour. So I would come in, I talk about my book and the concepts of A New Black Wall Street, and obviously take questions from the BEB family about the book, about the concepts, and about entrepreneurship or anything you guys want to talk about. And so the two things that a local tour host would do would be, number one, to help me identify a location preferably black owned, that I can actually have a talk in that city. So it could be a salon, it could be a bookstore, it could be a hotel, it could be an auditorium. If you're a business owner and own a location, if you can fit 25 people in there, that's fine also. The second thing would be to help me market it in your local area. So if you're the local host for Atlanta, you have a better lay of the land in Atlanta than I do, right? So if you can help me market it to your friends, family, and via social media, where we can get 25 people into whatever location that's decided upon, that's really it, guys. Those are the two things. Help me identify a location and help me market it. And for your time and effort, I will pay you. So I'm not asking for you guys to do this and spend your hard-earned, time for free. I'll definitely pay you. So once again, if you're in New York, Chicago, Detroit, Houston, Dallas, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta, LA, New Orleans, any other metropolitan area, I'm looking for a local host for the book tour. Once again, if you can help me identify a location, I'm not asking you to negotiate the location, just identify it. And that way I'll reach out. I have my people reach out and see if we can make something happen. And also, if you can help me market it to your friends, family, and social media in that market. So if you guys are interested, and once again, I'll pay you, just shoot me an email to jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. And in the subject line, just put book tour. So I'm just looking for local hosts so we can fill in this tour. I'm already going to be in LA, DC, Philly, New York, but I'm always looking for additional dates for the tour. Because one of the things that I really enjoy, family, is I love talking to you guys via podcast, also on the phone or whatever, but it's the personal interaction, that face-to-face, shaking hands, kissing babies, whatever. That's what I really enjoy. That way I can really interact with the BEB family on a personal level. And like I said, answer questions and, do anything, see if I can help you guys out in any way that I can. So if you're interested in being a local host for the book tour, once again, please reach out to me, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, and just put book tour in the subject line. And the only two responsibilities, if you can help me identify a location that can hold at least 25 people, and also if you can help market it in your area when the tour is coming, I greatly appreciate it, and I pay you for it. So now on with today's episode. Today we're doing the first installment of a mini series titled Low Cost Business Ideas. So over the next several months, I'm going to be introducing several low cost business ideas that we can start that don't require a lot of infrastructure, a lot of money, and you can start it part-time or full-time. And today's topic is how to make money in the $7 trillion travel business with your own local tour business, 9 steps. How to make money in the $7 trillion, with a T, trillion dollar travel business with your own local tour business, 9 steps. Now, if you've listened to the show for any period of time, you might have heard several of the episodes where I talked about having a small digital agency. Now, and I still have some clients, but my primary vertical was travel and tourism. So I know this industry very well, pretty much inside out. And so I used to work with hotels and locations to drive traffic or travelers to these specific hotels or destination locations. And so just to give you guys an idea, in the U.S., just in the U.S. alone, the travel and tourism industry is estimated to be $1.8 trillion in 2018. $1.8 trillion just in the U.S. in 2018. $7 trillion worldwide. So now this show isn't just for, folk here in the U.S. This is Canada, Europe, Africa, anywhere you are. Because the beauty of this business is you can do it wherever you live. And we're going to get into the 9 steps. But just to give you a little background or whatever, what people have found and what studies have shown is that the experience is still the favorite word in travel. Experience. So you must provide great experiences. Obviously, hotel accommodations, people love that. You want to make sure you have quality accommodations. But really what people are buying now are experiences. So as a travel business owner, local tour business owner, you need to create experiences. So there are many different types of tours, and we're going to get into some of those later on. But you can have a walking tour, you can have a riding tour, and you can have an excursion, which is taking somebody from where they are out somewhere else. But we're going to mainly focus on local tours. Now, one of my neighbors and good friends, George, he's from Accra, Ghana, and we talk all the time. He has several different businesses, but one of his businesses, and I'm actually going to be going on one of his tours coming up, is he uses his family in Accra as tour guides. So he runs tours from Philadelphia, Delaware, and South Jersey to Accra, Ghana. And he'll do this 6 times a year. And I think, he charges $1,500, but you still have to get your own airfare there and back. But he has a facility, he has a large home over there where he hosts everybody that comes over. So he's taken basically his family and created a business, running tours from Philly to Accra, Ghana. And he's doing well. He started out doing it twice a year. Now he's up to 6 times a year. And he said eventually he wants to get it to 12 times a year. Now, that's international. But I'm just giving you a couple of examples. Also, on Black Entrepreneur Blueprint episode number 73, I interviewed my old college roommate, one of my best friends, Mr. T. Alfred. Now, T is into computers. He has a full-time job. And he also created an online radio station called Funky People. Now, in T's previous life, he used to DJ, and he's DJ'd over in Europe and all over the world. And so he's traveled a lot. And so what he did with his Funky People, he would throw parties. He has an online radio station, and he also started doing trips. So he does trips to Brazil every year. He's done Cuba, Dominican Republic, Panama. I think he went over to a couple places in Europe, but he makes money. He got a full-time job now, but he makes money running these trips. And what he does is he'll go, and when he investigates a new location, so say he's going somewhere new, he'll go out there by himself. He'll connect with hotels, make other connections about, the actual travel plans, and he creates an itinerary. So now when he comes back with his group, it's not like he's never been there before. So he's created a nice secondary business by running trips, basically in the tourism business. Now, when I was in LA, not the last time, but last year, if you ever go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you'll see a whole bunch of different tour guides trying to take you on a tour of Hollywood where you can see the stars, mansions, where they live, and different things like that. So I met a young brother, Latino brother, and I happened to be talking to him when I was out there. And I talked about this on one of the previous episodes. And he was an actor. He had done some commercials, and obviously he's looking to make a big break. And in the meantime, he has to earn a living. So he started out by buying a van, and he customized the van, hooked it up. I forgot what his business is called. And if you go down the Hollywood Walk of Fame, he's out there, and I think his van holds about 8 to 12 people, and he'll take you on a tour and show you all the homes of the movie stars and television stars out in LA. Calabasas, Beverly Hills, wherever they live. And so he's doing crazy business, tremendous business. And really all he needed was the concept, the vehicle, because he's driving, he's not doing a walking tour, and a little bit of hustle. And he's created a very profitable business. Now, his objective was to continue to do that and get more vans, hire drivers, and expand his business. So that's just an example of a local tour business that's killing it. So today we're going to talk about the 9 steps on how to make money in the $7 trillion travel business with your own local tour business. Step number 1, evaluate your passion and choose a niche. So what are you passionate about? See, with this type of business, you can't be a generalist. I'm going to give you a tour of Philadelphia. Okay, that's a whole lot. You want to niche down and be kind of specific. So evaluate your passion and choose your niche. And this is important because you'll be more enthusiastic about your tour if it's something that you enjoy. So if I did a tour on fine arts in Philadelphia, it would probably be a boring tour because I'm not passionate about that. I'd take them to the Philadelphia Museum of Art. I'd show them other things. I could learn about the different artists and the different paintings, but I wouldn't have any passion with that. So find something, evaluate your passion, and choose a niche. So for example, it could be an African American history tour, a wine tour, a hiking or an outdoor tour, a college tour. So those are pretty big, like the HBCU tours that use buses and take kids all around to the HBCUs, a food tour, a shopping tour. Now, outside of Philadelphia, we have a city called Lancaster, Pennsylvania, probably about 45 minutes, close to an hour away. And that's where a lot of Amish people live. So they live like they're back in the 17 and 1800s. Ride horse and buggy, no electricity and all of that. And they have a lot of artisan products, a lot of great food. They do a lot of handmade woodwork and things of that nature. So that's a big tourist area. When people come to Philly, a lot of times they'll go to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So it could be that. If you're a beer aficionado, you like beer, you can take people to craft breweries, go through those tours, taking the big breweries or whatever. So really it's about evaluating your passion and choosing a niche, something that you have passion about because you'll be excited about it. And once again, remember, experience is what people are looking for. So if you're like, oh, well, this is that, versus somebody else, oh, yeah, well, this is that, and this is that, and this is how this works. Enthusiasm, experience, and that's what people are looking for, experience. Now, so step one, evaluate your passion and choose your niche. Step two, you want to analyze your city. All right, great. You may have a passion and you choose your niche, but if your city doesn't have or coincide with what your niche is, you're not going to be able to do a tour. So if you want to do a tour on Negro baseball in, I don't know, some area that doesn't have Negro baseball or didn't have Negro baseball, then you're not really going to be able to do your tour. So you need to analyze your city. What does your city offer? And you want to get the combination of what your passion or your niche is, and hopefully whatever your city offers. And that way you combine the two, a profitable tour. So you need to make sure that your passion aligns with what your city offers so you can have a profitable tour. Step number 3, you want to identify your target market. Who do you want to serve and how do you connect with them? Who do you want to serve and how do you connect with them? So if I'm doing African American history tours, obviously I want to serve African Americans, and then I got to figure out how do I connect with this market. So you have to identify your target market, which is step number 3. Step number 4 is do competitive research. Do competitive research. So you want to research your competition. So if there's somebody else doing the exact same tour that you're looking to do, that's not necessarily a bad thing because that means there's proof of concept. So you want to research your competition. You want to look for the way they're marketing, check out their marketing ideas. You want to see what their pricing is. How is their pricing? And you also want to see by go visiting their website and even acting as a prospective customer. So if somebody is doing the same type of tour you're looking to do, you can call that tour company up and pretend you're a customer. You're getting intel. Ask them certain things. Find out, the different things about the tour and do your due diligence and research. You also want to look at their reviews, if they have reviews on Yelp or other platforms, and see what some of their weaknesses are. And what you want to do is you want to take those weaknesses and make them a strength of yours. So, for example, if a tour company that does the same type of tour you want to do, if a lot of their reviews says something to the effect that the tour guide was late, all right, so that's a problem. So what you want to do in your marketing and your brochure or whatever, you want to say something that we're always on time or your money back or something like that. So you want to identify some of the weaknesses in your competition, and then you want to highlight that you don't have those issues. Because if people start seeing the same type of things, and just look at your competition. So there may be several different areas that they show weakness in. And not just one competitor. This could be, several competitors if you have them. Look at all your competitors. What are their weaknesses? And then when you create and craft your actual website and your marketing, you want to highlight the fact that you don't have those issues. So do your competitive research. That's number 4. Step number 5, get your business in order. This is paramount, family. You don't want to start out having some raggedy business, don't have your paperwork in order, especially when you're in the travel and tourism type business. So you want to make sure you have all the proper licensing and paperwork. So if you need a business registration and or licensing, make sure you contact your local tourism board to find out the requirements to be a tour operator. So you can go to your division of tourism in your city or county, wherever it is, and find out what you need, what the requirements are to be a tour operator. Also, you want to get liability insurance coverage to protect you and your business. So say you're doing a walking tour in Philly, somebody trips over the curb, gets hit by a taxi cab, right? Now, obviously that's not really your fault, but we have a litigious society. So you want to make sure that you're covered all the way around. So maybe have an umbrella policy or talk to your insurance agent about a liability coverage for you and your business. Also, about getting your business in order, you want to get a logo and you want to get a brand. You want to create a brand so people who know who you are. Get a catchy name, good domain name, good logo, something that tells exactly what you do or what you provide. Also, website. Get a WordPress site or get some type of website where obviously people can find you. And we're going to talk about marketing a little bit later on. But obviously you need a website and you need to be able to be found. And you definitely, last but not least, you need an online booking system. Don't sit there and take phone calls talking about, yeah, I got JoJo and such and such. We want to do a 2:00 tour. You need an online booking system. And 2 companies that are pretty big in the industry. One is called checkfront.com, CheckFront.com, checkfront.com. And another one is called Orioli.com. And I'll spell it ORIOLY.com, ORIOLY.com. So you need an online booking system. Now, one of the things that studies have shown is a lot of times when you have smaller tour groups, you're more flexible. So if you have 12 or less people, you're able to get into places without having to really plan too far in advance. So if you have a tour of 50 or 100 people, that's hard to follow. I mean, it's hard to work with. So once again, based on your pricing and profitability, you'll know what your maximum or what your optimum tour number is. Okay, so step number 5, get your business in order. Step number 6, design your tour. You once again want to have an experience. So you want to create a memorable experience and you want to focus on several things to do so. What is your unique selling proposition? All right, so if you're doing an African American history tour, Black owned African American history tour, best in the city of Philadelphia. And I'm making this up on the fly. But what is your unique selling proposition? What sets you apart from your competitors? All right. Now, with your tour, you want to obviously set your pricing. So you want to look at your competition and then you want to create a budget for your tour, a personal profit and loss budget. If it's a walking tour, you're not going to have to pay for transportation for the people on your tour. So you're walking. So you won't have that expense. So you want to price and see what your competitors are doing. And you want to make sure that you're profitable. So your price for a 4-hour walking tour of historic Philadelphia could be $55 a person. All right, whatever. Make sure what the cost is. And if you're not doing the tour yourself, you need to incorporate the funds that your tour guide, you're going to have to pay your tour guide. So you want to have your pricing in order. And this is number 6, designing your tour. Also, you want to have a narrative to your tour. You want to have a beginning, middle, and end. So if you're doing an African American history tour, you want to do a beginning, middle, and end, kind of like a story. So you want to have a narrative to your tour. Also, Scout out your tour locations and connect. If you're going into Mother Bethel AME Church in Philly, which was the first black AME church in the country, you want to make sure that Mother Bethel is open that time that you're going in there. All right. So you need to scout out your tour locations and connect with those locations and just make sure everything is copacetic. Step number 7, marketing your tour using multiple methods. Once again, guys, we're all in the marketing business. So there are going to be a lot of other people that are doing the same type of business as you. The difference is, what does your marketing do compared to their marketing? So we're all in the marketing business. So this is very crucial with any business and the success of any business. So market your tour. And there's several methods that you can use. Number 1 is using OTAs. And OTAs are actually online travel agencies like Expedia and Kayak. So what you do is you can actually advertise your tour based on, if whatever location you're in, on Kayak, Expedia, and all the other 10s or 20 online tour travel agencies. Now, what happens is every time you book or somebody books on there, they usually take anywhere to a 30 to 40% commission. So you have to run your numbers to see if that makes sense for you. So you can use OTAs, which are online travel agencies. Also, you can look at SEO and Google AdWords. So if I'm doing an African American history tour in Philadelphia, then I'm going to do some Google AdWords, check out, African American history tour. What's the cost for, per click for that, and start marketing that way. Also, printed brochures. So if you're dealing with hotels, which you should obviously be doing, if you're working with hotels in the area, you want to have printed brochures in the hotel lobby. You want to work with the hotel front desk. So when people come out and say, hey, what are some of the good things I can do here in the city or whatever, they'll recommend you in your tour. All right. So you want to have printed brochures, and you also want to work with your hotel front desks in the area. Now, social media obviously is big. So you want to put pictures and videos of people that are on your tour having a good time. Remember, it's about the experience. So that's what you're really selling, is the experience. And you want to highlight that experience as much as you can on social media. Another thing you want to do is you want to contact and connect with your local tourism agencies. All right. You need to be connected with your tourism agencies. So they handle all the tourism. So when you have like conventions and visitors bureaus or things or conventions coming in, your local tourism agencies will have that information. So definitely connect with your local tourism agencies and your convention and visitors bureaus. So convention and visitors bureaus, they know what conventions are coming in town, when they're coming. So I'm going to use the same example. If you're doing an African American history tour and the National Black MBA Association is coming into Philly in the month of July, then you may want to reach out to that organization prior to them coming in so you can market your African American history tour to that organization. It's all about being plugged in and staying plugged in. All right. So any affiliated organizations that may have a synergy with your niche. Okay. Any type of affiliate organizations that may have a synergy with your niche. And also you may want to create an affiliate program. So if somebody refers your business, they get a referral fee. So you can create an affiliate program. So under number 7, marketing your tour, look at OTAs, SEO, Google AdWords, printed brochures, social media, hotel front desk, tourism agencies, convention and visitors bureau, and create an affiliate program. Step number 8, test your concept. And I talk about this all the time, family. You got to make sure you got proof of concept before you go out there hog wild and spending money you don't need to spend. Now, luckily, this is a low-cost business which you can start out of your house. So you don't necessarily have to spend a lot of money. You have to create your marketing materials, your website, and obviously market your services. But you always want to test your concept first. Now, once you have proof of concept, you want to do a test run and do the tour with your family and friends for free, and just to get some real feedback. So you don't want to be out there doing the tour for the first time with a live audience. Okay. You want to test run it with family and friends, and you take them and you act like they're actually the customers. And you take them and you go through the tour, and this way you find out where the bumps in the road are, what you may need to do different, what you did well, and let them give you feedback with that. So step number 8, test your concept. And step number 9, monetization. So you can monetize your tour business in several different ways. Number 1, obviously, are your registration fees for your tour. So you want to make sure that your fees are in line and that you're being profitable. Don't try to necessarily be the lowest priced tour out there, because you need to be profitable more so than anything else. So you can have the lowest prices, but if you're not making money, then you're going to end up going out of business anyway. So monetize obviously by tour registration fees. Now you can also upsell products and or services. So on your website, so prior to the tour, you can actually upsell products. Now you can order a special tour t-shirt in advance and maybe save $5. So if you're doing the African American History Tour in Philadelphia, you can create t-shirts. Now, if they buy in advance, it could come with the package and maybe it's $20 a t-shirt. If they buy it when they get there, maybe it's $25. So try to do some upsells in advance, and you can look at t-shirts, souvenirs. You can also sell photos and video packages. So if you're doing something like an outdoor tour, like a hiking or canoeing or biking or whatever, you can actually have somebody video, photo or video some of the activities, some of the customers doing activities, and then you can sell those packages. Now, I know other people that do special VIP offers. So if you're doing an event somewhere, you're going to an event with your tour, you may have a VIP offer, which costs more money. Okay. Now, I have another good friend of mine in Atlanta who actually he runs travel. He's a travel agent on the side. And so for our high school reunion, he put together a trip and he made money on the commissions. I didn't go this year, but it was a cruise, and he had airfare and all that type of stuff, and he made a commission on it. So if you're doing an excursion type, you can also make money by charging additional for the travel, or you can act as a travel agent and earn a specific commission. All right. So if you have to book flights, hotels, whatever, cruises, you can make money on that. So a lot of times people will just mark it up. So for example, my buddy T. Alfred that runs trips to Brazil, what he'll do is he'll get the pricing. And so say the airfare and everything else is X amount of dollars. He'll mark up the whole package. So out of everybody that goes, I think last time he made close to $750 per person that went on the trip. So the numbers in this business can be crazy. And I just want to look at a couple of numbers just to give you guys an idea. And this is a one-man, one-woman shop. I'm not talking about having employees and all of that. And the easiest and least expensive type of tour is usually a walking tour, because don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to have vehicle insurance for, commercial vehicle insurance. So if you're in a city that's walkable and you create a niche that you can, do, like historic Philadelphia, you can walk that, within a couple of hours. So that's something that you don't have to do, Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, Betsy Raw's house, all of that type of stuff. It's all pretty much together. So you could walk that tour. So just say, for example, you're a one-person shop and your tour may last 3 hours, a walking tour that lasts 3 hours. So if you average just 12 people a day and you're charging $50 for the tour, which isn't bad for a 3-hour tour, that's $600 a day. Now, you can do the tour 5 days a week, or you can do the tour 7 days, or if you're doing part-time, you could do it on the weekends. So if you're making $600 a day and you're doing it, just say 6 days a week because you need a day off, that's $3,600 in gross for the week times 52. That's $187,000 for the year. Now, obviously, you're not going to be running 6 days a week for 52 weeks out a year because you'll probably kill yourself. But you're grossing $187,200 with those numbers. 12 people at $50 a person, 6 days a week, 1 tour a day. So you're making $187,200, $187,200. So that's crazy money. So now think about it. The cost to get into this type of business is a lot is going to depend upon your municipality. What is your licensing cost, your business registrations, and tour guide operator costs? So a lot is going to depend on your individual municipality. So you want to make sure you check with that. But beside that and marketing, you really don't have a lot of cost. And once again, this is a type business that can be done via part-time or full-time, and you can work out of your house. So if I'm doing tours downtown Philadelphia, I have a meeting location. I tell the tour, people on the tour, this is where we're going to meet the corner of 6th and Chestnut at 11 a.m. in the morning, and that's where we're going to start the tour. Now, what you want to do to make sure you look professional, you want to make sure that you have your shirt on or whatever, your uniform. So it could be a polo shirt, it could be a t-shirt and shorts or whatever, depending upon what you're doing. So you want to brand, make sure that you're marketing your brand. So now you look more official with, J. Jones African American History Tours or whatever. Now, if you don't want to go that deep and start your own, there are actually companies and organizations out there that you can contract with and become a tour guide for them. They do all the marketing. They do all the booking. All you have to do is be there and do the tour, but you don't get full percentage. So, for example, there's a company called toursbylocals.com. Toursbylocals.com with an S. There's another one called rentalocalfriend.com. And I think you get 30% commission on that, rentalocalfriend.com. And there's another one called urbanadventures.com. And they're real big. Urbanadventures.com is in tons of countries. And it's a pretty cool one, but I don't know what the payout is on that. But what happens is with all of these organizations, you apply to be a tour guide. And it could be in your city and you can create the tour or you can do an existing tour. But what they do is they have, they market for these tours. And if people sign up for your tour, then you get a commission, a percentage of the tour, and you do the tour. So those are toursbylocals.com, rentalocalfriend.com, and urbanadventures.com. So if you don't want to go full bore, you can still do this business working through some of these organizations or travel agencies or tour agencies, I guess you want to call them. So today's show, family, how to make money in the $7 trillion travel business with your own local tour business. 9 steps. I'm just going to rehash real quick. Step number 1, evaluate your passion and choose a niche. Make sure that it's something you're passionate about. If you're a wine aficionado and you live out in California, you can do the wine tour, create a wine tour. If you love history tour, you can do a biking tour, kayaking, some type of outdoor tour, college tours, food tours, shopping tours, private tour, beer tour, whatever you want to do. Just Google tours and all types of things will come out. So evaluate your passion and choose a niche, number 1. Number 2, analyze your city to make sure that you have the compatible, the compatible stuff to coincide with your niche. So if your city doesn't have what you're passionate about, you're not going to be able to run a tour in that city. Number 3, identify your target market. Who do you want to serve? Number 4, do competitive research. Research your competition, their marketing, their ideas, their pricing. Check out their website. If you want to find out what they do bad, go check out their reviews. And then when you put up your competitive site, you want to make sure that your positives match their weaknesses. So if they say, oh, people are always late, on your marketing brochure, you want to make sure you say something to the effect, always on time. If we're late, if our tour guides are late, you get 20% refund or whatever. So do competitive research. That's number 4. Number 5, get all your business stuff in order, your business registrations and licensing. Contact your tourism board, liability coverage, logo, branding, website, online booking system. You're not going to be sitting on the phone talking about, yeah, such and such is coming at 1 o'clock. I got somebody else coming at another time. It's wasting time. So, 2 online booking systems are checkfront.com, CheckFront.com, and Orioli.com. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. ORIOLY.com. Orioli, ORIOLY.com. They're 2 booking engines that you can put on your website that book tours. Step 6, design your tour. So you have to create a memorable experience. Remember, that's what people want, experiences. They want memorable experiences. Step 7, market your tour. Use OTAs, which are online travel agencies, Expedia, Kayak, sites like that. But they're going to charge you 30 to 35 or even 40% commission. So if your numbers don't add up, you can't use them. So do SEO, Google AdWords, social media, hotel front desk. So you're going to need printed brochures, local tourism agencies, affiliated organization, convention and visitors bureau, and you can even create your own affiliate program. Step number 8, test your concept. Once again, you got to get proof of concept. Now, if somebody else is doing the exact same tour, that's proof of concept, but you still want to test it a little bit yourself first, because they may be running it at a loss, but they may be able to supplement that loss because they may have a larger tour company. All right. So you want to test it with your friends and family and do the tour and get honest feedback. Okay. And step number 9, you got to monetize. So the main monetization comes from your tour registration fees, but you can do upsells on your website prior to the tour when people register. So once again, I use the example of Philadelphia African American History Tour t-shirts. So when they go in to register, you can get a discounted price on the t-shirt now, which may be $20. If you buy it in person, it may be $25 or $30. So you want to have upsells. It could be t-shirts, it could be souvenirs. You can do photos and videos of the actual experience of the actual tour, taking videos and photos of people as they're on the tour, enjoying the tour. You have special VIP offers. And if you're doing anything where you're traveling, like an excursion, you can even make travel agency commissions if you're booking hotels, flights, cruises, and things of that nature. So this business is wide open, family. One of the things I love about this business, the barrier to entry is pretty much nothing but hustle and a few dollars. So how to make money in the $7 trillion travel business with your own local tour business, 9 steps. And this is episode number 1 of a series called Low Cost Business Ideas. So I'm from Philly, love Philly. I know everything about Philly. And it's funny, when people come into town, I don't take them on the traditional Philly tour. I take them on, the black Philly tour. I'm taking them to certain areas. Yo, this is Joe Frazier's gym. This is where Joe used to live and train. This is Ali's old house over here. He used to live here. Taking them to some of the spots. Lou and Chew's. any of y'all from Philly know Lou and Chew's little spot, but it's been there for years. And taking people, and that's what people really want to see. They can go find that, the city of Philadelphia historic tour anywhere. People want experiences. And so a lot of times when a local does the tour, they know the spots where the locals go. And that's where a lot of people go. When I go to different places, I'm like, yo, where the brothers hang out at? Where we at? Okay, that's where I want to be. I can see all the Hollywood, Boulevard, Beverly Hills. I can drive through that myself, but I want to hang out where my people at. And so people want those local experiences. Restaurants that, and I'll give you a perfect example. Somebody comes to Philly, they always talk about cheesesteaks, Pat's and Geno's. Those are usually the 2 biggest that they talk about in South Philly. But the real cheesesteaks, not the tourist traps, are the ones in your local neighborhood. Explorer's Den, you got Ishkabibbles, you got all types of different spots that only the locals know. Everybody knows Pat's and Geno's, right? Every time the Eagles play, they got somebody in one of them, they're showing a video of the cheesesteak lines outside. But locals know, yeah, they're good and all that, but that's tourists. let me take you to the real spots. One of my friends came in from LA a couple of months ago, and she was like, yo, Jay, where do we need to go to get a real cheesesteak? So I turned her on to a couple of spots that I knew, not the tourist traps. So this is a tremendous business opportunity. If you live in an area, and the area doesn't have to be a metropolitan area. It can be, anywhere. As long as you have something that you can create a niche and you can create that type of experience, then you have a viable opportunity to make money in this crazy travel and tourism business. So don't sleep on this, how to make money in the $7 trillion travel business with your own local tour business. 9 steps. Now, before we close out, family, I just like to say, as I do each and every week, thank you to the BEB family for all the love and support. I couldn't do it without you guys. Please continue to spread the word about Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the podcast, the blog, via social media, word of mouth, whatever, so we can get this good word out there. So if you need to connect with me, family, anything long, hit me at jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. That's JAYJONES at blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. And before I forget, don't forget, guys, I'm looking for local hosts for my book tours. So once again, if you can help me identify a location in your area, and also if you can help market to your friends via social media where we can get out 25 plus or more people, I greatly appreciate it, and I'll pay you for it. Looking for New York, Chicago, Detroit, Houston, Dallas, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta, New Orleans, anywhere metropolitan area. And, it could be a salon, it could be a bookstore, it could be a hotel, an auditorium, preferably Black owned. But for that, hit me at jjones at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. And in the subject line, put book tour, so I know what that's about. So, that's my email. Anything long to connect with me. Facebook, go to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. You can search it on Facebook. Twitter, jjones001. Instagram, jjones for real. That's JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got different content in addition to the show. So go to YouTube and search for Black Entrepreneur Blueprint and subscribe to that. And also, if you want to be included in the BEB text line for notifications and reminders about special events, please text BEB to 555-888. BEB to 555-888. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.